What if aging is not just something that happens to you, but something you can actively shape? I am DrLeoVitas, and here is XENOVITAS, where we explore longevity, anti-aging, and biohacking. In this video, I will guide you through what longevity truly means in the light of modern science, why extending health span matters even more than simply adding years to life, and which habits appear to have the strongest impact on staying sharp, strong, energetic, and resilient for longer. Let's explore what science is teaching us about aging and how you can begin applying it today. Lifespan versus health span. When people talk about longevity, they often imagine living to 100, but science makes a more useful distinction. Lifespan is how long you live. Health span is how long you stay physically and mentally well. That difference matters. A longer life without function, memory, independence, or energy is not the goal. The modern longevity field is focused less on chasing extreme age and more on delaying the diseases and decline that usually come with aging. Researchers call this geroscience. The idea is simple but powerful. If aging itself drives many chronic diseases, then slowing the biology of aging could delay several diseases at once. That would not just add years, it could add better years. The biology of aging. Aging is not caused by one single switch. It is a network of changes inside cells and tissues. DNA damage builds up. Mitochondria become less efficient. Cells lose the ability to recycle damaged parts. Some cells enter a state called senescence, where they stop dividing but continue releasing inflammatory signals. The immune system changes. Repair becomes slower. This is why aging affects the whole body at once. Scientists often describe these patterns as hallmarks of aging. That framework helps researchers test interventions in a more organized way. Instead of treating every age-related disease separately, they look for ways to support the core systems that influence many of them together. How scientists measure biological age. One of the biggest recent advances in longevity science is the effort to measure biological age, not just calendar age. Two people can both be 65, yet one may have the physiology of someone much younger. Researchers are building aging clocks using DNA methylation, blood proteins, metabolites, medical imaging, and routine clinical lab data. These tools are improving fast, but they are not perfect. Some newer studies suggest that certain clocks can predict disease risk and survival better than older models. At the same time, experts warn that not every clock is ready for clinical decisions. The key message is that aging is becoming measurable. That changes everything, because what can be measured can eventually be tracked, tested, and improved. What the latest longevity discoveries are showing. Recent longevity discoveries are exciting, but they need careful interpretation. In human studies, researchers are now linking younger-looking brain and immune system profiles with a better chance of longer life. New multi-organ aging clocks suggest that different organs can age at different speeds, and that faster aging in one system may signal future disease elsewhere. In older adults, a 3-year trial found a small slowing of biological aging with omega-3, with additive signals when combined with vitamin D and exercise. In early human work, low-dose intermittent rapamycin appeared relatively safe over 48 weeks and showed selective improvements in some health span measures, but this is still not proof that it extends human lifespan. The frontier is moving fast, but the evidence is strongest when the claims stay modest. Why muscle is a longevity organ. If there is one tissue that deserves far more attention in aging, it is muscle. Muscle is not just for movement. It helps regulate glucose, supports metabolism, protects against frailty, and preserves independence. Loss of strength with age is strongly linked to falls, fractures, disability, and mortality. This is why strength training is one of the most evidence-based longevity tools available right now. You do not need to train like an athlete. You need to keep the signal alive. Muscles respond to challenge, even later in life. The message from aging research is very clear. Protecting muscle means protecting function, and protecting function is one of the most realistic ways to extend health span. Metabolic health and the Longevity Foundation. Many age-related diseases share the same background problems: insulin resistance, excess visceral fat, chronic low-grade inflammation, and poor blood sugar control. That is why metabolic health sits near the center of longevity. Stable energy, healthy blood pressure, a good waist profile, and preserved insulin sensitivity are not just fitness goals, they are aging goals. Food quality matters here more than gimmicks. Whole foods, enough protein, fiber-rich plants, and controlled energy intake are supported more strongly than miracle supplements. Mild calorie restriction has shown small effects on slowing the pace of biological aging in human trials. But the bigger lesson is broader. Longevity is built by reducing biological stress and improving metabolic resilience over time. Sleep, light, stress, and the nervous system. Longevity is not only built in the gym or the kitchen, it is also built at night. Sleep is when repair, memory processing, hormonal balance, and immune regulation are reinforced. New research continues to show that disrupted light exposure, especially bright light at night, is associated with higher cardiovascular risk. Chronic stress also accelerates wear across multiple systems, from blood pressure to inflammation to behavior. This does not mean perfection is required. It means the nervous system matters. Regular sleep timing, dark nights, daylight in the morning, stress regulation, and recovery practices are not soft extras. They are part of the biology of aging: social connection, purpose, and long life. One of the most consistent patterns in longevity research is that long life is rarely built in isolation. Social connection, belonging, and a sense of purpose are repeatedly associated with better health and lower mortality risk. Blue zone research remains popular because it highlights this idea, although the demographic details require careful validation. The useful lesson is not mythology. It is environment. People live longer when healthy behavior is easier, relationships are stronger, and daily life includes movement, structure, and meaning. Longevity is not only cellular, it is behavioral and social. The body keeps score, but so does the life around it. The future of longevity medicine. The next chapter of longevity science is likely to be more precise, more personalized, and more carefully tested. Researchers are studying senolytics that target senescent cells, immune aging therapies, organ-specific aging clocks, and forms of partial cellular reprogramming that may help restore youthful function in tissues. These are promising areas, but they remain early. Some have animal data, some have pilot human data. Very few are ready for broad clinical use. That matters because the longevity market often moves faster than the evidence. The smartest approach is not to reject innovation, but to separate what is proven now from what is plausible next. Real science moves forward by testing bold ideas without pretending the answer has already arrived. What to do now? So what should a science-based longevity plan look like today? Build muscle, move daily, protect sleep, keep blood sugar and blood pressure under control, avoid smoking, minimize excess body fat, especially around the waist, eat mostly whole foods, stay connected to other people, keep regular preventative care, and be skeptical of expensive shortcuts that promise age reversal without strong human evidence. The future of longevity medicine is real, but the present foundation is surprisingly familiar. The highest return still comes from consistent behaviors that preserve function across decades. The goal is not to become obsessed with living forever. The goal is to stay capable, clear, and resilient for as long as possible. So, the big takeaway is simple. Longevity is not only about adding more years to your life, but about making those years healthier, stronger, and more meaningful. The research may be advanced, but many of the best strategies are practical and accessible. Move your body, sleep well, protect your metabolic health, manage stress, and keep strong social connections. If you like this video, give a like, leave a comment, and subscribe the channel. Share the video with someone might be interested on this matter. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.